My name is Emeal Zwayne, and I have the privilege of serving as a general manager of Living Waters Publications and The Way of the Master. Perhaps you know me better by my initials, Easy. I trust that you've enjoyed the open-air preaching segments by Ray Comfort. Ray and I have had the privilege of preaching together on a daily basis for the last 2.5 years at a local courthouse in Bellflower, California. This has been an absolute thrill for us because previous to this, Ray and I preached together for 3.5 years every week at the 3rd Street Promenade in the city of Santa Monica. This is a long strip filled with shops on either side, passerbys and shoppers and performers, and as you can imagine, hecklers as well. Ray and I used to constantly compete with the noise of the music from the performers and the loud screams of the hecklers that would be passing by. And so you can imagine how overwhelmed with joy we were when we discovered that God blessed us with a place to preach every day where the audience was not only a captive audience, but typically a congenial one. You'll notice in the following segments that I don't typically go deep into the law while I'm preaching. This is due to the fact that Ray and I are tag teaming in a sense. Ray preaches first, he expounds the law, he shares the gospel, and then I follow him and share, for the most part, an illustration that will capture everything that Ray had just shared. So you'll notice that as I speak, I typically share illustrations that will make what Ray and I have been talking about memorable in the minds of the listeners. That's done intentionally so that when they walk away, they can leave with the gospel encapsulated in their mind. This has been an absolute joy for us to preach the gospel in the open air to people who are not only listening, but that are also allowing us to give them tracts and books and CDs. And we walk away oftentimes praising God for this opportunity that He's given us. I remember there have been times where I felt a sense of apprehension as we've approached the crowd. And on one particular occasion, I thought of an individual who's drowning and the moral obligation that I have as a decent human being to save them. Now, in that case, the last thing that I would need is the permission of the drowning man. That drowning man is in a desperate situation. He may reject my help, but I'm obligated nonetheless to give it. And not only that, but oftentimes we feel a sense of apprehension as we're approaching because we feel as if though we need everyone to give us their permission or approval to even preach. But then I've come to realize as well that the God of the universe, who created the very plot of land that we stand on, is the one who gave us not only the permission, but the command. As He said, go into all the world, His earth, and preach the gospel to every creature. It's my prayer that you will be encouraged through what you're about to hear, that your heart will be stirred to go forth and proclaim the everlasting gospel as an ambassador of Jesus Christ, that you would allow God to plead through you to this world, that they would be reconciled to God on behalf of Christ.